A Tickle Airlines plane is decading to the ground in rapid succession. The pilots don't realize they are descending. Suddenly, the first officer shouts,
Climb!
"What happens next? Let's find out." The plane is headed from Singapore to Tokyo. The plane is an Airbus A320 with 5,000 hours in the sky. The captain is 45 years old and has 8,789 hours in the sky. The first officer is less experienced. He is 30 and has 4,900 hours in the sky. The plane is now cleared for takeoff at Changi Airport. The plane accelerates down the runway. And takes off uneventfully. The plane climbs to its cruising altitude and heading. The plane maintains the altitude, but the heading is incorrect. The captain realizes and starts turning to the heading. But they start descending. The visibility is very low, so the captain doesn't realize this. The first officer says,
We're descending.
The captain maintains the plane to level. He turns to the heading. And climbs to the cruising altitude. The plane descends slowly. Then the captain climbs, but the angle of attack is too high. The plane begins stalling?
Stall, stall. 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 Stall, stall.
First officer shouts.
Stall, stall. We're stalling a DD max thrust. Stall, stall.
The captain adds max thrust and pushes down on the side, stick to gain speed faster.
Stall, stall. Stall, stall. Stall.
But the pilots don't realize they are descending since the visibility is low and they forget to pull up. The captain turns to the heading. The first officer shouts.
Climb!
But by the time the captain pulled up, it was too late.
Oh my gosh.
No one survived this incident, and 123 people died in this crash.
Lord 768 climbed to 10,000 feet, heading 360.
Copied Lord 768.
A Lord Cargo Airlines Boeing 747 is climbing to 10,000 feet and following the planned route.
500.
Everything seems normal. But a mountain lays ahead. The plane is seconds away from hitting the mountaintop. They have time, but the captain thinks they are safe.
Climb higher, please.
What happens next? Let's find out.
1,000.
The plane is headed from Singapore to Japan. The plane is a Boeing 747 that is well maintained. The captain is 32 years old, he has 4,590 hours of experience, and he is very well known. The first officer is 29, he has 3,459 hours of experience. The plane is now ready to take off.
Lord 768 cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Lord 768.
The plane accelerates down the runway. And takes off uneventfully.
Lord 768 climbed to 10,000 feet, heading 360.
Copied Lord 768.
1,000.
The route takes them to the Greater Mountains and past the highest point, which is 3,000 feet. But they are climbing slower than usual, and the captain thinks it's safe for this rate of climb. The first officer realizes the mistake and shouts.
Climb faster.
But the captain ignored him and still continues climbing at the same rate. But then the captain realizes the mistake, but it's too late.
500.
This plane has no engines running. It has multiple failures and is very close to the ground. But the airport is close. What happens next? Let's find out. The plane is headed from Tokyo to KL and is scheduled for a quick return flight. The plane is a Boeing 747 with good maintenance. There are 4 pilots and they are the only one on board. The main pilots will fly to Seoul, and the relief pilots fly to Tokyo. The captain is 45 and he has 5,798 hours in the sky, while the relief captain is 40 and has 5,478 hours in the sky. The first officer is 34 and has 3,457 hours in the sky, while the relief first officer is 32 and has 3,200 hours in the sky. There were 2 similar planes that the airlines had to choose. One was working and the other was going in maintenance soon. The workers didn't know which one to pick and accidentally picked the faulty plane. The plane is cleared for takeoff. The plane takes off normally. The plane is climbing normally. But they suddenly lose both of the left engines. And moments later, loses all of the engines. The captain tries to return the plane back to Hanoi. And they also have minimum control of the aircraft, so it means to climb, defend, and turn very slowly. The captain does a mayday call, and I will show you the communication.
Mayday, 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 Lord. 212, requesting return back to the airport.
You state your emergency, please.
We have lost all engines and we have minimum control on the plane.
Okay, runway 05 is available for landing.
Requesting full emergency.
Lord 212 on it.
Thank you.
The plane continues, heading to the airport. The pilots have not given up yet. The plane continues, descending. The runway is near and they are close to the ground. The ATC makes way for the Lord Airlines plane.
Rest 345, hold short runway 23. We have an emergency on Lord 212. Please hold near runway 23.
The front gear couldn't go down when the captain put the gear down. They are very close, but they can't make it. The plane eventually crashed in the ocean, and only the main captain survived.